Coming up, terror in London, death and destruction near the UK Parliament building. An unarmed police officer was among those killed.
Get ready to pay more money to attend a CSU campus. A hike in tuition is coming our way.
And Cal State Fullerton gets a visit from a U.S. senator.
How long will this wet weather last? I'm Savannah Romero, and I'll have your full weather forecast ahead.
I'm Dominic Lorenz. Team USA is in the finals of the World Baseball Classic for the first time in tournament history. Plus, Titan Baseball continues its winning ways. OC News starts right now.
Welcome, and thank you for joining us at OC News. I'm Nakia Campbell.
And I'm Jessica O'Neill. OC News is brought to you by the broadcast journalism students at Cal State Fullerton. A deadly attack near England's seat of power. Several people were mowed down by a car right near the House of Parliament in London. We turn now to Olga Mason, who has the very latest on this breaking story. Olga?
5 people were killed and at least 40 others injured in London today, declaring this to be a terrorist attack. The suspected terrorists rammed a car through a crowd on the Westminster Bridge and continued by plowing into the fence surrounding the Houses of Parliament. The attacker fatally stabbed an armed officer who was standing guard at Parliament. The suspect, who authorities believe acted alone, was then shot and killed by police. Pictures show scenes of carnage. Richard Poet, a tourist, said he heard great crashes like a wrecking ball. One woman was rescued from the River Thames with serious injuries, and 3 French high school students were in serious condition after being run over. Many were sent to the hospital, while others were treated at the scene. The House of Parliament was immediately placed on lockdown. Prime Minister Theresa May is safe and said the chosen location for the attack was no accident, and Britain's threat level will remain at severe. She added that any attempt to defeat the values of democracy, freedom, and human rights through violence and terror is doomed to failure. She praised the efforts of the people, law enforcement, and medical staff who aided the wounded. Authorities confirm that a counter-terrorism operation is underway, and police are increasing law enforcement presence throughout the city. London Mayor Sadiq Khan said in a statement, "I want to reassure all Londoners and all our visitors not to be alarmed. Our city remains one of the safest in the world." The attack occurred on the 1-year anniversary of the terrorist bombings in Brussels, where 32 people were killed. Now back to Nakia and Jessica at the news desk.
After hours of debate, the Cal State University Board of Trustees has approved a tuition increase today that will take place in the 2017-2018 school year. Reporter Savannah Romero has more on the story.
Tuition is going up. The CSU Board of Trustees approved the tuition hike today, and students and faculty are not happy about it.
I know a lot of students work, and I do too, but if the tuition increased, then the cost of classes would increase. So that I would have to be worried about, because I took out loans for summer classes and it was almost $3,000. So since tuition is increasing, then that would no longer be $3,000, it would be $3,275. Then I would probably give up my leisure time, maybe 1 or 2 hours of studying, just so I could pick up an extra shift.
I have to give up more of my free time, which I don't have much of. All I do is work in school, so if tuition goes up, I'd have to work more, which would give me less time to study and less time to just relax.
The increase will amount to $270 per year for CSU undergrad students. It will fund faculty salaries and will bring 3,000 more classes to students in hopes of raising graduation rates. The proposed tuition hike has caused much controversy among students who oppose the increase.
But yeah, I probably just have to give up just a little bit more of my time. I probably might just take me a little bit longer to complete my education, just to come up with that tuition increase, because that little increase comes with other price increases.
After hours of discussion and debate, a decision was made and the CSU Board of Trustees approved the increase. For OC News, I'm Savannah Romero.
A man reported touching himself aggressively on the outside of his clothing has struck again.
Carla Bonilla is live at the campus police station with the details.
Hi, I'm Carla Bonilla here at College Park Lot S in the parking. And in my hands, I have the report that we received on March 14 from the University Police informing us about a man aggressively touching himself outside his clothes outside cars. The man has been spotted several times already and he's been evading the police. The man also was spotted in October of last year, and this time happened in February in March. The man has been spotted to be a Hispanic or Middle Eastern in his 20s or in his 30s. We tried to contact the university police, but they told us they don't have further information because this is an ongoing investigation. What they did tell us is that the man comes to College Park around 9 in the morning to 1 in the afternoon. Be aware, Titans, and if you see any suspicious activity, please call the University Police Department in the number on your screen. I'm Carla Bonilla reporting for Aussie News. Back to you guys in the studio.
This week is Humanities and Social Services Week. There have been multiple events each day organized by groups in each of the disciplines within the college. Former California Senator Barbara Boxer gave the keynote address Monday night, and OC News reporter Nicholas Garcia was there.
Newly retired Senator Barbara Boxer was on campus Monday night as a part of Humanities and Social Sciences Week. Her keynote address was the kickoff for the week-long celebration of the college. HSS Interclub Council President John Schreiber was tasked with finding someone to give the keynote.
I wanted someone with a broad appeal. Obviously, being a political candidate, I understand that can be a little polarizing, but we wanted someone who could reach a broad audience, and I think she still did that.
The senator said she was looking forward to a quiet retirement, but the current state of politics has forced her to remain active.
What can I do? Not the Democratic Party. It's not about the Democratic Party, it's about American values. What can the American people do?
Following her speech, Senator Boxer hosted a book signing and meet and greet for her new book, The Art of Tough, which documents her 30-plus years of service in the U.S. Congress. Her advice to young people wanting to get involved in politics was to start local and make sure you're always running for a purpose.
And I thought that what I heard was really compelling because she was able to talk about a lot of the struggles, especially for, young kids getting into politics, getting involved and trying to figure out how to deal with the current political climate.
Boxer stressed that it doesn't matter at this point who you voted for back in November. What's important now is coming together as Americans and uniting to do what is right. Boxer's statements were mostly bipartisan, as she was encouraging everyone to get more involved in politics, which led to a satisfied audience across the board.
The start of the spring season is blooming with some showers ahead. Savannah Romero has more on the upcoming forecast.
Thank you, Jessica. So the first thing I want to take a look at today is the current temperatures. Right now it is a little warmer outside at 70 degrees, and earlier we had a little bit of moisture, and later on tonight we'll have some more moisture. Our low is at 50 tonight with a UV index of 5 and a humidity at 48%. And we'll have a sunset tonight at 7:05 p.m. And as we go into the 5-day forecast, we'll see that today we had a little bit of moisture, and then for the next 2 days, Thursday and Friday, will be dry with temperatures on Thursday at 68 and 70 on Friday. On Saturday, the moisture comes back with some rain, so it'll be 68 with light showers on Saturday and 69 on Sunday, partly cloudy. Now we'll take a look at the national map where we can see that over here in Northern California and, the upper part of the state on the West Coast, we're going to have some rain. Also, in the middle of the U.S., we'll have a lot of rain and severe thunderstorms. Up in this area of New England, we'll have a wintry mix of snow and some very cold winds. With down here in Florida and the Carolinas, it'll be a little bit warmer. So we do have a lot of things going on with weather this week, and just, stay dry and stay safe. Thank you. Back to the ladies at the desk.
A strange man seen touching himself strikes on Cal State Fullerton again for the 4th time.
We will have more on the details when we come back.
Here's to the things that can keep us safe. Those we use all the time with hardly a thought. Those that are silently standing by to save our lives. And now, those that we carry with us everywhere we go. Many mobile devices will now bring you wireless emergency alerts, real-time information directly from local sources you know and trust. With the unique sound and vibration, you'll be in the know wherever you are.
There's one thing you can never have sex without.
It's not something you buy.
Or something you take.
In fact, there's only one way to get it.
It has to be given to you, freely.
It's consent.
Because sex without it isn't sex.
It's rape. Consent.
If you don't get it, you don't get it. It's on us to stop sexual assault.
Learn how and take the pledge at itsonus.org.
Actor Woody Harrelson is making some big life changes, and singer Selena Gomez is opening up about her issues with self-doubt. Here's Lydia Valencia with more.
Well, it looks like actress and singer Selena Gomez has reached a fashion milestone in her career. She is featured on the cover of Vogue's April 2017 issue, where she opened up about her struggles with meeting the expectations of her 110 million Instagram followers, relating to her new demographic of fans, and struggles with being on tour, telling the magazine, "Tours are a lonely place for me. My self-esteem was shot. I was depressed and anxious." Gomez has been very open in the past about her struggles with mental health, which has led to cancellation of tours and to stints in rehab. For more on what Selena had to share, make sure to pick up your copy of Vogue magazine on stands next month. Actor Woody Harrelson, who stars in the upcoming comedy Wilson, set to hit theaters this Friday, tells Vulture magazine that he has quit smoking weed. Harrison, who has been an advocate for the legalization of marijuana and was considered by many to be a party animal, as he pointed out himself, said that the reason he stopped smoking weed for the past year was because he felt like it was keeping him from being emotionally available. He tells the magazine how tempting it is to take a hit when he sees a beautifully rolled joint, but that it would be weird to start smoking too much again after having gone this long without. Harrison is trying to quit smoking weed, but still says, "I don't have a problem with smoking. I think it's great." That's one way to end a 30-year habit. And finally, all you 90s kids, get ready because it's morphing time. Many of you may remember a group of teenagers with attitudes fighting intergalactic supervillains on the TV screens when you were kids. Only this time, the fighting will be done on the big screen. Lionsgate, along with Ham Saban, have teamed up to bring back the Power Rangers. This new reboot will feature a new cast of Rangers and battlesuits while still staying true to the original plot from the 90s TV show. The movie will premiere tonight in Westwood and will be released on Thursday, or released in theaters this Friday. However, if you lucky moviegoers will get the chance to watch an advanced screening tonight in Burbank. For those of you Titans who managed to get your hands on passes for the screening, make sure to arrive early since passes do not guarantee tickets or seats. That's all I have for you guys this week in entertainment. Back to Nakia and Jessica. Spring break is just a few days away. It's time to take a break. Get caught up on homework or maybe travel to an exotic location.
But Americans are being warned about a travel advisory to Mexico. We go live to Taylor Pereira for the details. Taylor?
That's right, spring break is just around the corner, and with that being said, the U.S. Department of State has issued a warning to anyone who might be considering traveling to Mexico. They say U.S. citizens have a risk of falling victim to criminal activities in areas in the border regions or any areas along major trafficking routes. We decided to come out on campus to see what some of our fellow Titans have planned for their vacation.
Do you have any plans over spring break?
Actually, I'm going to be going to Hawaii for the first time with her and a bunch of group of friends, and I'm really excited.
Yeah, we're getting a big group of friends to go over there, and we're just gonna, whatever happens, happens. Since you two are traveling, I was wondering if you've heard about the Mexico advisory that just got issued out recently?
Yeah, actually, we were thinking about Mexico originally because it was so close, but because of that, we weren't sure if it was safe enough for us to go, so that's why we chose Hawaii.
Yeah, for spring break, I'm actually heading to Tucson, which is the U of A area. My twin brother is actually out there. This is his senior year, so he's actually going to be having a lot of pool parties. Right now, it's just crazy and it's full of a lot of fun, and the desert is just beautiful right now.
I'm going to go to Sacramento. I have a friend that goes to Sacramento State, so I'm just going to visit her.
As you can see, some people might not have Mexico at the top of their list, but it's always good to stay aware. If you you want more information on this advisory, you can visit the U.S. Department of State website. As for me, my spring break consists of work, and catching up on homework. Have fun and stay safe out there, spring breakers. I'm Taylor Freya. Back to you in the studio.
With an update in Titan athletics and highlights from the WBC, NHL, and NBA, here is Dominic Lorenz with sports.
Thanks, Jessica. Let's kick off Sports Day with a recap in Titan athletics. The women's tennis team handed Nebraska its first loss of the season with a 4-1 victory yesterday afternoon. Alexis Valenzuela had a great day, winning her singles sets 6-3 and 6-1, and teamed up with Camille De Leon to win their 13th doubles match of the season 6-4. The team improved to 13-1 on the season and look to continue their hot streak Friday at San Jose State. Our men's baseball team has been red hot in the last week and a half, stringing together 7 straight victories at home, and look to take the show on the road last night against the University of San Diego. The scoring started in the top of the second, courtesy of an RBI double by catcher Chris Hudgens, as well as a monster 2-run home run by Hunter Cohen to give the Titans a 4-0 lead. Starting pitcher Joe Wills commanded the mound by striking out 4 batters while only surrendering 2 earned runs and 6 hits in 5 2/3 innings of work. The Titans offense added 5 more runs in the top of the 8th to secure a 9-2 victory to extend their winning streak to 8 games. They will open Big West Conference play as they travel to play the Dirtbags of Long Beach State in a 3-game series this weekend. Opening day for Major League Baseball is just 11 days away, but the World Baseball Classic the past 3 weeks has provided plenty of great baseball to keep fans satisfied. Last night in the semifinals, Team USA took on Team Japan to see who would have the privilege to go head-to-head against Puerto Rico in the finals. It was a wet and soggy night at Dodger Stadium, but the scoring began in the top of the 4th when outfielder Andrew McCutchen rips a single to left field that drives in Christian Yelich all the way from second base, giving Team USA the 1-0 lead. But in the bottom of the 6th, Japan got on the score sheet when second baseman Ryusuke Kikuchi hit a home run off reliever Nate Jones and just over the right field glove of McCutchen to tie the game at 1. With both teams pitching lights out all night, it only seemed fitting that the game would come down to one critical play.
Japan brings the infield in, second and third with 1 gone. Shattered bat. Matsuda has trouble with it. The run scores.
This in between hop and the wet field, which just handcuffs him, and that's all it took. A great read by Crawford.
That's right. Team USA grabs the 2-1 lead on the air by Japan's third baseman, and they would not look back. In the bottom of the 9th, closer Luke Gregerson strikes out Notobi Matsuda and seals USA's victory for their first ever berth in the World Baseball Classic Finals. Team USA will take on Puerto Rico tonight at Dodger Stadium for the WBC Championship. Onto the ice, where the LA Kings look to fight back into playoff contention as they travel to Canada to play the Edmonton Oilers. It was a bit of an unlucky first period for the Kings as goalie Jonathan Quick makes the initial save on Connor McDavid, but Patrick Maroon bats out of midair to give the Oilers the 1-0 lead. After a turnover in the defensive zone, on the penalty kill, the Oilers creatively pass the puck to Milan Lucic, who tips it in to extend the Oilers' lead 2-0. Oilers goalie Cam Talbot was locked in, stopping all 35 shots en route to his 7th shutout of the season as the Oilers beat the Kings 2-0. The Kings still sit in 5th place in the Pacific Division and look to break out of their slump tomorrow night against the Winnipeg Jets. From the ice to the hardwood, Part 3 of the season series between the Lakers and Clippers tipped off last night from Staples Center. The Lakers came out of the gate sluggish, and the Clippers took advantage as J.J. Redick hits a 3 from the wing, giving the Clippers an early 16-4 lead. The one highlight Lakers fans can be proud of came from rookie Brandon Ingram, who drives past the defense for a nifty reverse layup to cut the lead to 31-24. However, the night belonged to the Clippers as they were hitting shots from all over, especially deep threes from Chris Paul at the buzzer at halftime, as well as a 50-foot heave half-court shot at the end of the third by Jamal Crawford. The Clippers go on and beat the Lakers by the final of 133-109 and move just a half game back of the Utah Jazz for 4th place in the Western Conference playoff picture. Have you been checking your March Madness bracket? If you have, you know that the Sweet 16 is upon us and the matchups are fantastic. After an upset against Duke, number 7 South Carolina will take on number 3 Baylor, and number 3 UCLA will take on number 2 Kentucky in a battle rematch that saw the Bruins defeat the Wildcats 97-92 back in December. The entire Sweet 16 schedule and all the games will be played either tomorrow or Friday on CBS and TBS. That will do it for sports this week. Make sure to keep up on all things sports during the spring break holiday. Now let's send it back to Nakia and Jessica at the desk.
An animal shelter celebrates their own version of March Madness.
Students and faculty share their thoughts over tacos. More when we come back.
Morning, Gary. We are GetSchooled.com. You want a college education, don't you? You know you do. That's why we're here. We're free and here to guide you through every step of the way, starting with attendance. Gary, financial aid forms. Picking a college, man. You and us. We go together like tacos and Tuesday.
And I love tacos. Go to GetSchooled.com.
They said I have troll teeth.
That my voice sounded like a possessed baby doll.
That no one would ever love someone as stupid as me.
That I was fat, ugly.
Disgusting.
The effect of bullying is potent. We will no longer be the silent majority.
Now, when you see online bullying, there's something you can do about it.
We're gonna take action with the I.
I am a witness. I am a witness. I am a witness.
I am a witness.
I am a witness, and so are you.
March Madness isn't just for basketball players, but for the animals at the Pasadena Humane Society too. Reporter Bree Burries tells us more.
Compassion, care, and the spirit of March Madness gives animal lovers a chance to make a difference at the Pasadena Humane Society. The Pasadena Humane Society and SPCA gets ready for their own version of college basketball March Madness.
And this event is going to go on until the last of the 68th animal has gotten adopted. Hopefully it's this week, but as long as the animals are here, those adoptions for those animals are going to be free thanks to generous donors.
UCLA and USC are fighting to secure their spot in this year's March Madness tournament, and so are the dogs, cats, and other adoptable critters. The Pasadena Humane Society created a great way for people to cheer on their favorite team in support of adoptable animals. This way, you can sponsor an animal for a fee or even just adopt one. So this is Northwestern. She is available for adoption now. The winning pet's new families will receive a wonderful gift card prize. The event started March 14th and will conclude when the last pet participant is adopted. I am Bree Burries with OC News.
Students are venting their thoughts over some tacos. Let's take it live to Bree Burries with Taco Therapy.
The Students Club PDSA, Linguistics, and Soaring Graduates is putting together an event called Therapy with Tacos. When you think of therapy, you think of counseling, and then when you think of tacos, you think of good food. Together, I have Samantha Worley here to tell us a little bit about how those two go together.
Hello. So with therapy, unfortunately, since we are only students at Cal State Fullerton, we're unable to provide the servicing that most students would usually think about with therapy. But we wanted to bring tacos into that because right now a lot of people are in midterms. So us being able to bring this tacos here to them, they can come here, join everybody in a group. They can talk to each other. They can talk to us if they have any questions. With PDSA, luckily we have an area that everybody can come to every week on Wednesdays, and they can ask us questions where they can get certain resources on campus. So us having this huge thing for HNSS Week, we were able to give them an area that multiple people can come to, not just the minimum amount that we can usually house.
Thank you so much, Samantha.
Of course.
That's Therapy with Tacos. It's here till 6 o'clock. I'm live at the TSU. I am Bree Burries. welcome.
That's all for today's OC News. Thanks for joining us.
Stay updated with the latest news by checking out our social media page with the handle @OC News. I'm Jessica O'Neill.
And I'm Nakia Campbell. Have a great and safe spring break.